find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth FootballerZ. Introducing Nick Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, SmashMouth FootballerZ.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth FootballerZ. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
And I'm the Chadwick.
And guys, today we're going to talk about some of them preseason injuries and how it's going to affect our fantasy football season.
A lot of lower leg injuries for the important positions that we need healthy lower legs.
Well, without it, we can't walk. A tripod cannot stand on two legs.
Can't run for touchdowns without it.
No.
Let me put my glasses on so I look smart.
Sure. You want to go ahead and name off some of these
Sure.
very significant injuries we've had so far?
Let's start with the Washington Commanders. Krosky Merritt's got a low body injury.
Can I just say something right now? Like, I was, I don't think this is going to affect him too much. It's a lower body injury, but everything that we've been saying is, I've been really down on the guy. But everything that they've been saying is that he's been doing great and he's catching the ball. Mm-hmm. And where I was wrong about Rachaad White being the every down back, I think we're going to see a timeshare with Krosky Merritt getting the first and second down carries, and the third down Rachaad White coming in now. So listen, part of fantasy football is when you get information, you can change your strategy. So whatever I've said about Krosky Merritt,
and
Rachaad White, I'm not believing that now, and I don't think that this injury is significant. Do you?
I don't think either one of them are on my board anymore.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
I got
unless
Rachaad
Rachaad White falls way down.
I got Rachaad White in our dynasty. That's about it.
Okay. Everything I'm hearing is that they're trying to get the ball to him. They looks really exciting. We say that. Last year, he had fumble problems. So as soon as he starts putting the ball on the ground, that kills us.
And protection problems.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the Carolina Panthers. We got Chuba Hubbard, got a hamstring injury. Not looking good.
If there was ever a time for Jonathan Brooks to just break out, they should lead the run out of the tunnel with Jonathan Brooks and say, this young man is going to do great things. He can. We saw him in college. The dude is awesome when healthy.
It's done nothing but look good for him. This is a real bad break for Chuba Hubbard in this. It's not like they're going to get rid of him or anything. I mean, they paid him, but Jonathan Brooks is just taking over this job.
But, if he can, in the first 3 to 4 games, if Jonathan Brooks can set himself in there, it's his job.
It's a now or never moment.
Yes.
Yeah, do y'all see... I'm doing mock drafts right now. You know, Jonathan Brooks in a lot of these mock drafts is going 7th, 8th round, which is amazing for a starting running back.
With Chuba being out for, 3-4 games now.
Would you call that great value?
Yeah, I would call that great value.
I would call that great value.
Yeah.
Like the Walmart brand.
If you already had your draft and this just happened or whatever, you're winning. Yep. You're doing good.
Golden like a shower. Go ahead.
All right, we got old Breece Hall, New York Jets, looking like he's going to come back week 4. Groin injury.
Breece Hall has fallen so many times in different draft boards. Breece Hall is really a non-starter for me unless he just falls in my lap in the 10th or 11th round, which is not going to happen because someone's going to go off a name and make a mistake and draft Breece Hall.
Okay, he's supposed to miss 2-3 weeks, and this is the thing that I want to talk about because it's not only him, Josh Jacobs too. Mm-hmm. And Josh Jacobs, we have worries that maybe there'd be a suspension as well, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Josh Jacobs, on average, running backs miss close to 2 weeks with a groin injury, and there's a 15% chance that they may re-injure that. Mm-hmm. Okay, you've got 2 starting running backs that we are going to hold, we're really counting on Josh Jacobs.
We're looking like round 2-3 pickups.
Yeah, and we were really kind of leaning on Breece Hall. So if you're going to go get them, you need to start looking at maybe waiting to the 4th round before you can get them, or 3rd. And if not, maybe look at a Marshawn Lloyd handcuff with Josh Jacobs because then you have the potential for suspension, you got the groin injury, and the same thing with Breece Hall. It's a growing 10%, 15% chance they may they re-injure it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they give us 2 to 3 weeks with this. And it affects the way they push off. And let's face it, running backs have to push off. So it's time to start looking at a handcuff. And I just want to ask y'all something. With us bringing up these couple injuries, and we're talking about third round, and we're going to bring up Ashton Jeanty and Love and all them, which are injured too. Where do you put them? Are any of these players now in your top 12?
No, I don't. Both the guys you just
Top
mentioned,
12 running backs.
the guys you just mentioned right now, I'm not targeting at all. I'm like Joe. If they fall far enough down, cool. But Breece Hall is a no-go for me. There hasn't, ever since he had his little breakout year, 3 years ago, he's been dead weight every year since then.
Right. You talked about Ashton Jeanty. I was big on him until I saw Mike Washington run the ball.
It looks great.
The more Genty's out, Washington's going to kill it.
Yeah, so him being injured, Washington, they're going to have to make room for this guy on the field during the regular season. He's going to have to play. It would have to be a fourth round for me to take Jeanty now.
It's going to be late fourth for me. And, Mike Washington, we bring this up only because he has gone from a 11th, 12th round pick. He's boosted up to the 8th.
Yeah.
He's gone up to the 8th as well.
Should be. And he should definitely be a handcuff.
Yeah, and so when you look at those, there was a time when we were looking at them around 10th, 9th with Saquon Barkley in that area. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at these guys right here, and there's just people I'm taking Amari in Hampton. I'm taking a Chain. I'm taking Barkley over. I'm taking Kenneth Walker now over. I'm taking Derrick Henry over them because there's too many question marks, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to think we've got to get the handcuff because at one time, we're going to have to risk something. Fourth round, we're going to have to take a bet on one of these guys. Right. And I even take Javonte Williams over these guys.
Oh, because absolutely.
Because Javonte Williams is one of the few running backs that Vegas has scoring over 10 touchdowns this year.
He's the only thing in the Cowboys' backfield.
Yes.
I mean, the guy, look how great he did last year. And with a healthy CD, with a healthy Pickens, Ferguson's back, that's going to open him up even more.
So this may be a crazy take, but at one time, Ashton Jeanty was 5'6" running back, and with this injury, and with Mike Washington's coming out, and the way they used Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, the way Clint Kubiak used them, just Javonte Williams and nothing else in that background, and Blue. Alfred Blue for the Dallas has an injury. It's all they got. He's projected to get 10 touchdowns. I like him more now than these players, than Josh Jacobs, who could be hurt, Breece Hall, who could be hurt, Jeanty, who's going to be hurt. We don't know when he's coming back.
Yeah.
Love. And I'm telling y'all, that is a take that nobody's going to be going down the board. That's a good take y'all need to go with.
Yeah. I would look for him before I look for some of the other people. I have no problem taking Javonte Williams and putting him in the spot of Ashton Jeanty right now. I don't know why these Dallas, Dak is very treated badly. He's very,
because of playoff wins.
And Javonte Williams is also being very treated very badly in all these ADPs and everything. So I could put him. If I took Javonte in the second round as my second running back, I'm good.
Like I said,
I'm good.
Vegas has him over 10 touchdowns. One of the few running backs that does.
Even your guy.
Yeah.
Chase Brown.
Well, I take Chase Brown over him, but I do.
I would take him. I would take him over some of these other guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Because these lower leg injuries, man, they linger. Groins, they linger.
Yeah, you got to sit out longer than what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then when you just keep pushing and pushing, you're not 100%.
When coaches say words like hopefully we'll get them back by the beginning of the season, it's not going to happen.
We could just do a whole episode on just the running backs alone and all their injuries, because it's not only that, you got Kamara with the MCL, he's going to be out. The whole Saints, Devin Neal, he's out.
Yep.
Ty Chandler, a significant injury. They just traded for Zamir White. The only thing they got really over there right now is ETN or HN and Kendre Miller.
Who stays injured too.
Yes, but he looked very good. The only thing that looked good for him, he may be a flyer that you need to take on. And also, big news, we need to talk about Chicago too, and a lot of the stuff going on with injuries in their depth chart, because Monongai has hyperextended his knee, and that just spells great news for DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, one of the best fantasy values.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, one of the best fantasy values this year. And you got to think that's just going to increase his value coming up with Monongai's injury.
Monongai's injury, if he misses, let's say he misses 3 to 4 games, then you can go ahead and mark it up. Swift is going to have double-digit touchdowns and probably 1,200 yards. And I can't keep him off the field. I mean, the dude is good.
Yeah, the dude's, and it's in a PPR is when he makes his money. He had an amazing resurgent year last year.
Right.
And this injury, they're hearing from anything from 1 to 2 weeks to 4 to 6 weeks. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it's so, we don't know what we're hearing.
For a running back, you have to go on the long end of that. You have to go 4 to 6 weeks.
It's not only that too. Look, I don't even care if you come back, but as your running back, you have to push off, right? You're pushing off with these knees and these groins and these and if you're not completely strong, like look, 10 to 15%, 10 to 15% of the time they re-injure or growing. Okay, these are injuries that can linger.
What about your guy?
Who?
McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's hurt.
He's had a lot of tightness. He's had a lot of different things. He's had to take himself out of the game.
Things.
This is something that you really never hear from him because he's such a maniac about his physical fitness, his flexibility, all this stuff, and now he's having all these tightness issues. That's not good.
No, it's not good. It's and that whole backfield right there is something worth streaming because if he misses any time, we know that anybody can run behind that 49ers.
Anybody. It's been proven.
Yeah. Stop me if you've heard this before. J.K. Dobbins, soft tissue hamstring leaves practice. So good.
Man, I love him so much.
Always hurt.
I want him to do good.
He can't make it. He can't make it.
And I'm not the biggest fan, as y'all know, of R.J. Harvey. I'm not the biggest fan of R.J. Harvey. And if I'm going to do this anyway in a league. If I can't handcuff one of these guys that we've talked about before, Jonah Coleman, they drafted him and they like Jonah Coleman and they're talking about an expanded role. This is someone you need to look at in the 11th, 12th round if he's there because I don't like RJ Harvey's game.
I don't.
And I think Sean Payton really has a place for Jonah Coleman. And I know we're talking about running backs right now, but wide receiver injuries, they're starting to affect Denver as well as Jalen Waddle's come up hurt. So, it's 2 weeks. We got one more week of preseason, and I don't like the product on the field I've seen. I don't like the blocking. I don't like the lack of physicality on offensive and defensive linemen. And I think these soft tissue injuries are part of a lax.
No pads. No. We're just going to go out there and play touch football.
Thank you. Thank you.
I agree.
And I can't stand it. And,
when you were in high school, did you sustain a lot of injuries playing football? I did not. Did you play touch football in practice?
And you did up downs.
Never.
You did up downs till you puked. Yeah. You learned how to hit or get hit.
Right.
Yeah. This is all different for me. Look at all these significant injuries so far. And I mean, look, we've just talked about running backs. We haven't gotten into tight ends who are coming back. We haven't gotten into wide receivers yet.
Let's talk about some wide receivers. We got Jaden Higgins for the Houston. We got Jordan Tyson for the Saints.
Yes.
So we'll go Higgins first. He's a serviceable second or third wide receiver. He's not really going to move the needle for me at all. He's not draftable in fantasy football. If you're drafting him, you're a homer.
Yeah, but what he does for me is he makes me look at Tank Dell as a possible late round pickup.
Tank Dell is now on the.
He was already on the board for me.
Yeah, he was.
But he's more valuable now because there's always got to be a 2 there.
Right.
And we already knew Stroud loved Tank Dell before
that was his
injury.
Yeah, and I think this increases Nico. Nico Collins is, more than anything. I love Nico coming out. I wish he could stay a whole 17, play a whole 17, because the dude is just a specimen. I just think this increases him going up.
So let's talk about Jordan Tyson. This is a guy personally when he was drafted,
I threw my hat at the
were
television.
upset about this because they gave away so many good players that were, like you said, generational
They just
players.
went right past them, man.
And he's already shown history of injuries like this in college, and now we're already here. This is going to be a prolonged issue going forward.
So let me look at it through objective eyes, okay?
Sure.
Tyson was the number one receiver on everybody's board in this draft for a reason. The dude has OBJ type talent coming out of college. He doesn't have OBJ speed, but he has his cutting ability, catching ability, and his just marketability. The dude is good. His injuries are going to hurt him. But OBJ also had a bunch of lower body injuries. And then he found a doctor. Tyson needs to go to that doctor because remember, we were just talking about it. When OBJ found that doctor, he no longer had any more of those injuries. So Tyson needs to get a hold of OBJ and talk to whoever he was going to see, because this guy has had a lot of lower body injuries through college and now in the pros. And if you watch him cut, he needs to be healthy on the bottom half of his body. This dude can make any cornerback fall to the ground.
Well, I mean, his body control is amazing, just like OBJ's.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I think everyone sees that game in him. It's what's going on with you? Where's the weakness at? Where's the weakness at? And
I say all of that though. What I said about him saying good was, now I got to say the other part. We completely bypassed a generational talent in defense at safety, and Caleb Downs, who I think is going to be, at the end of his career, one of the greats.
It's all the rage too of Dallas is just what they're doing.
And look at what he's doing.
Yeah, that's
and we just let him. We just went right past him. The Saints were always good when their defense was good until Drew Brees came into the building.
When I was watching the draft and they picked Sonny Styles, I was like, oh, well, Saints going to pick Caleb Downs. Mm-hmm. I got up and left as soon as they picked Tyson. I got up and left. I've got to go. Like, I just can't watch this.
Mm-hmm. I didn't mind too bad, but
yeah, you're a fan, and I understand why people are a fan of him. If he's healthy, the dude is good. But the problem is
it's too much risk, not enough reward. That's how I feel.
This just means Chris Olave is going to come out the gate firing on all cylinders. I'm really high on Chris Olave now.
Ballet.
And maybe, I don't know. He had injuries last year as well.
Yeah, but I think they get him back.
It's gonna leave a space for some of these young guys to really show what they have. Austin's out there, Lance is out there. There's some other guys that could really show something here. Yeah. That they have a lot of wide receivers. Yeah. They just don't have another Tyson. Yeah. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
We got some ETN, baby.
Oh man.
Let's go into something really affecting fantasy right now. Okay, so Alec Pierce, we keep hearing he should be activated from the pup at any time, but he's not. Mm-mm. He's not. And guess what? I don't think he's going to be before the year.
No.
And you know who's right behind him? Josh Downs. Let me tell you something.
Pick.
Josh Downs is going in the 10th round. You better go get all of Josh Downs.
He's a must pick.
You got to go get Alec Pierce is on the pup list. You paid him. He's not doing all that. Josh Downs is going to go run the ball down the field. He's going to be just about the only thing they got. Nick Westbrook-Akeen is over there. Mm-hmm. That Deion Brooks guy, who looks like a pretty good Brook. He's been in it forever. Laquan Treadwell, is on the team.
He still plays football?
Yeah, they're talking about Keenan Allen maybe coming back over there, but
he's there. He's on the depth chart.
He already got picked up.
Mm-hmm. But it's not
Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce is hurt. Michael Pittman's gone. That means Tyler Warren and Josh Downs are in line for 100-something targets. Okay, 100-something targets left with Michael Pittman. Hey, our boy Alec Pierce, who got paid, was on the pup list. 10th round, this is such a good value pick. You got to go get him. You have to go get him.
Since I don't pick a defense or a kicker, I have no problem still picking Alec Pierce in the 14th or 15th round, because he's coming back. And when he comes back, he's going to. And I'll take from my bench. I will take the risk of him coming back later in the season or whatever. But the guy is so good, I got to have him at some point.
Yeah,
and I'll get him.
I think Josh Downs is going to be one of them significant picks at the later on that might win you this league.
So if you're going running back, even if you're going hero running back, Josh Downs should be at least your second wide receiver. If you're in a non-flex league, your third wide receiver. But if you are in a flex league, he should be on your bench to be your potential flex.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, for the 11th round,
Yes.
my word, you're getting a starting wide receiver maybe to open the season. And what if he stays on the pup and he misses 4 to 6 games?
Then you got
you got
a home run.
yeah, by a potential top 10 offense.
Yep.
Something else I want to talk about, another wide receiver that's hurt. Luther Burden's hurt himself. And what I want to talk about is that we were all high on Luther Burden.
Oh man, I was so high on him.
And what this does significantly is changes Rome Odunze's value. Rome Odunze's value is like 8th or 9th round, where Luther Burden was going 6th, maybe 7th, like a round before him. And now with him hurt, we forget a lot of the times. The first couple of games that Rome Odunze played before he was a little banged up last year, he was averaging 20 fantasy points a game. And so we know our boy went to DJ Moore, went over to Buffalo.
Injured.
So, and he's injured, by the way, yes. So Luther Burden's hurt. And what this means is that Caleb and Rome Odunze is going to get that going. And I think with this injury, and we don't know if Luther Burden's going to be there week 1, and we know Colston Loveland's going to get more involved, I like Rome Odunze more than Luther Burden now.
I have a little bit of a different outlook. Luther Burden will be back at some point.
Yes.
Rome Odunze is good. Colston Loveland is going to eat all of this. Colston Loveland is going to end this season in the top 3, if not top 2 tight ends at the end of this season. He's going to get all of this.
I mean, he's amazing. Yep.
So,
yep.
And if you remember 2 years ago when everybody in Detroit got hurt,
yep,
who came up and rose above, and you never heard his name, and he for 2 or 3 games he just looked fantastic, and that was Khalif Raymond.
Yeah, and Khalif Raymond's over there.
He's
now.
over here.
Yep.
So I'm not saying you should draft Khalif Raymond. I'm just saying he's a possession guy who is going to make Colston Loveland that much more. Or DeAndre Swift is going to have the most amazing season he's ever had in his whole career.
That's probably going to.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I just really like. I would really like the value Rome Odunze has going in here, like 7th, 8th round. Like you're taking this guy, like he opened the season up on fire, and if he can just have that consistency again, and Luther Burden's not there, he's going to be there. Give me all that. Like I'm going to take it all, especially where he's at.
I'm just going to go ahead and make I'm going to look into the future here, and I'm just going to see them running 2 tight ends. It's going to be Cole Kmet can catch anything. Colston Loveland is awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
that's what they're going to do.
Yep.
Any other
significant injuries that we need to talk about, or we need to bring up?
You've got
Kittle. He's supposed to be back week 1.
Yeah,
you got Mbuka. He's got a toe injury.
Yeah.
I'm not high on Ibuka this year. I know what everybody else is. I'm not.
No, I'd rather have Chris Godwin.
Yeah,
I'm not either.
I'm not trying to get any of them, but
yeah, me neither. I just
if
don't.
I have a Buccaneer on my team, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it. I don't want any of them either. I agree with that completely. No Bucky, no over that. No, I don't want none of it. Yeah, I guess outside of injuries, y'all, like, we're skipping over a lot. We're just going over significant things, but there seems to be a lot on the offensive and defensive lines too that are going to affect fantasy. And we're going to have to talk about that, deep diving in some of these things. I'm sorry. Are you?
Oh man, this is.
We've already had drafts.
I mean, this is always a thing, man. It's just. When injuries happen, what we do is, we change our game plan.
Got to pivot.
Got to pivot, baby.
You have to have all this information. You have to have current information. You got to know when it happens because there's guys running to the waiver wire right now trying to get somebody.
Yeah, but see, you also have to remember offensive linemen are important too. I love Omarion Hampton. They've lost 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah, they're starting center. They saw huge pieces.
It's
huge pieces.
It's a thing where I'm gonna have to look now and see if Omarion Hampton if I'm gonna take Travion Henderson before Omarion Hampton. I mean, it's that crazy now.
Yep.
So
listen, fantasy football's fluid, right? So like we've given this advice. We went off by what we went last year, and we went off ADOT and statistics from PPR to whatever draft. And now we're hearing more news out of training camp, and these are first and second year players that we concentrate on, because how many times has a second year player won a league for you? Me, multiple times. And I'm changing my strategy. I'm always fluid, like the advice I give you with Krosky Merritt. with what I'm hearing now. Like, I like what I'm hearing now, so I'm going to pivot. Okay, nothing in fantasy football is concrete, okay? You got a strategy, but you have to be fluid in this. And
You got to keep up with the news.
look at this. Look how many injuries we've had. We still got a week to go.
I give you a perfect example. In our Dynasty League, I have Kyren Williams, and I purposely traded for Blake Corum.
Yeah.
Because
That 60-40 split they're talking
not
about.
just that. Once one of them goes down, the other one becomes a ball hog.
You got to have both of them.
Yep.
You got to have both of those. You got to have.
But that's the thing. Is
And before, Monungai was a must-have with Swift. It's not that. It's not. See, we're pivoting. It's
Yep.
not like that no more.
So you gotta have a game plan, and you gotta be able to forward think. I mean, none of my guys like Kyren Williams or Blake Corum are showing injuries,
But
it just takes one. It could be week 4, and Blake Corum could get an injury. Kyren Williams gets the full workload, vice versa. Kyren Williams gets hurt. Blake Corum becomes the man, and that's how you win leagues.
So me pivoting off of Monungai, I pivot to Mike Washington because
go.
all they're going to do is run the ball in Los Angeles, and he's a must-have.
Yeah.
Later in the draft, no one's thinking about him.
I'm talking sleepers right now too. I mean, we can go into sleepers too because it's not just this and injuries. We talked about Jordan Love. Jordan Love was kind of an injury. Let me tell you something. Matthew Golden, they said they're going to put him in the X. They fully believe in it. Like, I think he's going to be a sleeper. He's one of my sleeper picks. These are injuries, and these are the ways I'm pivoting. Did I believe in Matthew Golden at the beginning when I hear all this? No. But guess what? They put him in the X. He's fast. They're putting him in motion. They like it. It's changed the way I think about things, okay?
Does both quarterbacks with the Falcons change anything for you drafting Bijan or London?
No, absolutely not. I mean, they're still ballers. They're gonna do what they do. I'll tell you what affects me. All that what's their name? Jalen Walker, who hurt himself. He's out for the year for them on the defensive line. They still got Mike Green. He's suspended for a couple games. So that pass rush that we heard so much about last year coming on, all of a sudden is going to be non-existent through half the year. So that moves the needle more than anything.
Tell me I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy.
Okay.
I'm looking for Jadarian Price because I think that's going to be his job.
No, he's going to. That is. I mean,
I just think when Charbonnet comes back, he's going to be the third down back.
I just like the way. I mean, when he comes back, it'll be week 8, week 9. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. And when he does come back, I think he becomes a touchdown vulture.
But see, that all the names we just named, Jadarian Price is probably the most important to me right now because no one's even talking about him. And we're talking about he's going to be the guy until week 8 or so.
Yeah, he's going in weeks. He's going in the 6th round, 5th, 6th round for most of the mocks that I've been doing. It's great value for him if you're getting that starter, especially with all these injuries now. I look for his ranking to go up. I mean, the more injuries happen, the more. I mean, we got another week, y'all.
Yeah, can't wait.
We got another week of injuries.
There's going to be change.
And there's going to be a lot of starters playing. And y'all, we got into all this news, and I know this video's running a little long, but we didn't even get to the ridiculousness of this Cleveland Browns quarterback fiasco and all that.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole nother video and a whole nother podcast, okay?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much breaking news that we could talk about right now, but we're just trying to get in where our rankings are and how this week has just affected us fantasy-wise for all y'all that have drafts coming up this weekend.
Like us.
Like us.
Oh, that's right, we do.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, this concludes this episode. Look for the next one. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldera.
I'm the Channel Act.
And we're out.
SmashMouth FootballerZ.
This ain't no regular thing.
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake
Music
up
licensing reimagined.
in the field, man of the town. You've been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy.